Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Now let's have a talk about the marketing concept in detail. What marketing concept was, we actually defined the customer focused marketing, and we had an overview about the customer relationship management, the CRM. Now let's look at this as from the philosophical point of view. The marketing concept actually advocates the identification of specific customer needs, and then respond to those needs by focusing on available resources to uniquely satisfying these customer requirements. Now, there are some important points which we need to stress in this definition. Identification of specific customers. That means you have to segregate or segment the customers according to their needs. That would be about the product. And then respond to those needs by focusing on available resources. Then you have to look at your resources and you need to focus on those needs to uniquely satisfy those customer requirements. Yes, that is possible to have customers satisfied in a unique way. That means if I have defined 4 customer segments, which I will discuss later on, then on the basis of those 4 customer segments, I should be able to have such kind of logistical competency that I can provide them the services, that is in terms of distribution or delivery, that could be unique to all those customers. Let us take an example. Lenovo laptops. You can have same laptop if you are a student, if you can show your ID internationally to at their retail outlets, and they will provide you the laptop at a lower price, and the same laptop for every other one who will be considered as a businessman, he will be paying the regular or a higher price. But at the same time, the after sale service and warranty for the businessman would be better than that of a student. Same is the case with the airline tickets as well. If you see, there are tickets, let's say it is available in economy class and it is refundable. That means if I cancel it within some specified time, I will be getting some kind of a refund according to the airline policy. But there are tickets in the same economy class. That means the product is the same, but the service could be different. If it is non-refundable ticket, I will be getting nothing if I cancel that flight. So there is a difference. So you can uniquely satisfy customer needs according to your resources. That's what marketing concept is all about, which actually delineates into the customer relationship management. 3 fundamental ideas are there. Customer needs are more basic than products or services. Products or services become meaningful only when available and positioned from customer's perspective. So customer needs are more basic than products or services. This idea actually propagates the feeling that customer may require something which is basic in need, and sometimes organizations, they overshoot their need. What does it mean? For instance, there are 3 popular colors of some apparel in the market. Why would you require to prepare 7 or 8 colors for such kind of an apparel? If 3 are popular, you can actually confine your customers to those requirements. So customer needs are actually basic than the product or services which the organizations are providing. So focus on that thing. Focus on the needs of the customer accordingly, and you can provide the services according to those requirements. So it becomes meaningful only when available and positioned from customer perspective. The thing is, those 3 colors which are like more popular in the customers, those 3 should be available. Rather than having the inventory of all other colors and these 3 colors are having some kind of a stock out in different areas. So need to look at such fundamental thing. There are 5 economic utilities which actually add to the product or service value for a customer. Now, this is important because in order to actually identify customers' basic need for the product or services, we need to have a look at the economic utilities for the product or services. It could be form, possession, quantity, time, and place. So we could have form utility, we can have time utility, we can have place utility, we can have quantity utility, and possession utility. Mostly researchers, they actually have like 4: form utility, time, place, and possession. But quantity has also originated, so I have included it in that scenario as well. So there are 5 economic utilities which are actually important from the product or services utilities point of view. We can actually define it through this figure. Production gives the form utility, the manufactured product, the value that has been added through that production. Logistics give you the place utility, time utility, and the required quantity. It will satisfy the customer. Utility here means that it would have some level of satisfaction for the customer. And from marketing perspective, it is the possession utility. The product would be yours, and that product is actually unique. That product is something of limited nature, and that is according to your requirements. So production gives the utility in the form of the product itself. Logistics provide you the product in the right manner at the right place and in the required in the required number of quantity is according to your requirement. And marketing, it actually gives you a pleasure that you have that product which is actually somewhat quite unique and you actually require it. That is according to your requirement. So marketing concept actually stresses on profitability as contrast to the sales volume. When we say profitability could be different from the sales volume. I can have so many customers, but those customers are not critical to me as in terms of buying the product which is actually my primary product, and they are buying products which are like secondary nature to me, those items for which I have larger volume but they create lesser, their cost is higher but their revenue is actually lesser. There the profit would be lower. We need to focus on those kind of customers for whom the cost to serve is actually lesser, but the utility they gain and the time and the quantity they have for that kind of a product would be actually higher. So the customers who have higher value for the organization and lower in terms of cost to serve are more critical to the organization than those customers who have a higher cost to serve but lower net value. So in the coming sessions, we will be discussing the customer base and how can you actually enhance it, or how can you actually target those customers who are actually critical to that organization, which is actually pointed out in the marketing concept. So profitability would be more important rather than the revenue, because if your cost to serve is higher, then revenue minus cost, the product profitability would actually be lesser. So those customers who are more profitable would be the ones who generate more revenue, but the cost to serve them is actually lower. Thank you.